Okay, so I'm speaking with Joel Houston here of Hillsong United. Now, you're part of Christian Heritage Day. Why is that important for Hillsong United?
Look, I think anything that kind of is an opportunity to bring together, the church, I think is a good thing. I think Christian Heritage Day, we're from Australia, so we don't have anything like that in Australia. I think it would be an amazing thing if we did, but why I think this is significant is because it's an opportunity for the church to come together and I suppose to really put some kind of a focus on what it is that we believe and who it is that we follow, and that's Jesus Christ. So in that respect, we're stoked to be here and to be a part of it and to kind of, to lead people in worship tonight and hopefully direct people, towards how we're supposed to live as the church.
Excellent. Now, Hillsong United has a very youth-focused passion for ministry and worship. Why is that? What's different about youth as opposed to their parents or grandparents?
Oh, I think it's just because we're still kind of young. Now, look, when we started out, we most of us grew up in our youth ministry in Australia, and we grew up in an environment where we were kind of told that we could, the serving God was an adventure, that it could be anything, and we loved music, we loved the arts, we loved creativity, and so we used what we had in our hands to kind of be able to do that, to serve God and reach people. And so we've been doing that now for a lot of years, and it's been an incredible journey, and people all around the world have kind of caught on and joined with us in that, and so that's that's what we're about. But what's amazing as well is everywhere we go, you look at these crowds and it's you're seeing a whole range of people, different ethnic backgrounds, different ages, young and old. And we were in, Washington DC the other night. I looked out and there were all these old ladies, and they were right into it, and right next to them was all these young kids going crazy. I thought, oh, look, this is an incredible opportunity that we have.
Now, Hillsong United has been all over the world. Now, how do you find that being on the road so much? Do you love it, or do you?
Yeah, it's bittersweet. We love home. We love where we're from, Sydney, Australia. We love what's going on in our community and our friends and family and teams. So missing that, is kind of is the bitter part. But the sweet part is it's just getting to see what God's doing around the place. And I find it so encouraging for me personally to see the scope and the magnitude of what is happening in the church all around the world. It's no small thing. It's not insignificant, and I think if we are able to kind of help people to see what they're a part of, I think it'll give them great inspiration to kind of take their faith further and to kind of think about better ways in which we can work together to make a difference.
Any footage that I've ever seen of a Hillsong United concert, people are just so excited about worshiping God with you in that moment. What is that like? Like, how do you keep that real for yourself as well when you're up on stage worshiping?
Yeah,
how does it not keep being a job?
Yeah,
really?
yeah, well, totally,
Right.
and especially when you're doing it every night, because it's much the same, But for us, we've always been really aware of what it is we're doing and the incredible opportunity it is, and to lead people into worship. Our job is to direct people away from us, and that's an interesting thing. And we've got the lights and the everything, and you can come. And for me, I feel like the first 4 songs of a night, it's kind of like I just want to get past that and then get into it, because usually it takes about 3 or 4 songs, I think, for people to kind of get beyond what's going on and get caught up in what it's all about, and the beautiful thing is it always gets to that point, and if that changed, if I felt like people's focus was too much on us, that I would quit doing it and find another way to do it. But we're all about using our gifts, our talents to the best of our ability to glorify God, to bring people together so that we can make a difference. That's what it's always been about. If that's a singer's voice, it's a singer's voice. If that's the lighting technician, if it's a video, whatever it is, we're about giving our best for that, to that end. And so that's kind of why we do it the way we do, and I think the beautiful thing is we're gathering people, they're coming together, but they're always walking away having had an encounter with God and having built relationships with each other, and so that's the beauty of it.
Almost a revival, which is what so much of the world needs right now, to get in touch back with God, really, and just be doing that pure expression of worship. Now, you say something, I found it on the website, your vertical expression needs to have a horizontal effect. Now, how do you keep that real for yourself when you're on stage, or perhaps just interacting with fans or in your relationships? Or
it's definitely, that's the great challenge for us is to, as you said, I believe that if this is for real, if we're worshiping God in spirit and truth, then and we're connecting with the heart of God, well, His heart is for people, for all kinds of people, wherever they're at, every kind of, from the beggar to the king, from the famous to the faceless. It's everyone. So our message is about us being a people, especially as the church, who would take our focus off of ourselves, and just be open to engaging with humanity wherever they're at. The people we walk past on the street every single day, as well as those who are around the world who have no voice, who can't stand up for themselves, who are being oppressed and suffering at the hands of injustice. So, for us at home, that starts with us and the way we interact with the people in our world, our church, our community, what we're doing to reach out to those who are in need where we live in Sydney, Australia, as well as what we're doing as a church to partner with others around the world in developing nations or places where there's these great injustices going on. So it starts for us there, and we can come and you can stand on a platform and we can use whatever measure of influence we've got there to kind of say, hey, this is what it's about. But for us, it comes back to a real personal conviction about, okay, well, what am I doing personally to just engage with people wherever? And the hard thing about that is, you see all these people and they just want to photograph or they want to say hello, and sometimes you can't stop and give them the time of day that you want to, and so it's easy just to kind of say, and that's where it digs, that's where it kind of hurts a little bit, but at the same time, the big picture is that wherever we're at, that we just value people the same way that Jesus valued us when He died upon a cross for us.
That's great. Well, good luck on stage tonight. Hope
Thank
it goes
you.
well. Got a big lineup already so far for everyone getting it. Yeah. So thank you so much. That was great.
Thank you.